Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsa. Let's have a look at the headlines. Government plans to host Sri Lanka Economic Summit 2023 by the end of this month. More pharmaceutical manufacturers will be allowed to establish operations in Sri Lanka, Subject Minister says. News in detail. The Sri Lanka Economic Summit 2023, the premier and most anticipated annual economic event in Sri Lanka, will be inaugurated by President Ranil Wickremesinghe under the theme Sustain Reform, Accelerate Growth at Colombo on 28 November.
The two-day summit will focus on Sri Lanka's progress towards meeting the structural benchmarks outlined under the IMF program. The summit is set to discuss resilience, adaptability and forward-thinking strategies which will set the course for sustainable economic growth. The inauguration will be addressed by Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission of India from 2004 to 2014, Montek Singh Aluwalia. The Chairman of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, Duminda Hulangamuwa, will deliver the welcome address. Key themes for this year's summit include fostering innovation, enhancing productivity, boosting exports and facilitating foreign direct investment. These objectives align with Sri Lanka's vision for inclusive growth, and the summit is set to provide invaluable insights and solutions to further these ambitions. The International Finance Corporation acts as the knowledge partner, while the South Asia Gateway Terminals is the session sponsor for this summit.
The Committee on Public Finance has given its approval for the orders outlined in the Colombo Port City Economic Commission Act as published in a recent Gazette notice notification. This decision was reached after a comprehensive discussion held during a recent parliamentary meeting chaired by MP Dr. Harsha De Silva. The focus of the discussion centered on 10 business entities currently operating within the Colombo Port City. Attention was also drawn to contractual concerns, with contracts being signed by these companies at various stages before, during and after the preparation of the port city. The committee observed that there was a lack of uniformity in the agreement process, lacking a solid legal basis. In light of this, the committee recommended that the Attorney General's opinion be sought within 4 weeks, with the expectation that this input will provide clarity on the matter. Additionally, the committee stressed the importance of evaluating the constructions carried out by these companies in the designated area. The COPF also notified receiving information that the Port City Commission had granted permission for the operation of 2 cryptocurrency exchanges. In response, the committee advised that inquiries be made with the central bank to gather their perspective on this development. Minister of Industry and Health Dr. Ramesh Patirana recently unveiled the government's plan to incentivize additional pharmaceutical manufacturers to establish operations in Sri Lanka. The minister said this speaking at a press conference hosted at the Presidential Media Centre last week. The minister claimed that the government aims to enable additional manufacturers to meet a minimum of 75% of the nation's pharmaceutical demand. Minister Patirana disclosed that currently only approximately 20% of Sri Lanka's pharmaceutical needs are produced domestically. The minister further said that a national policy for industrial development has been crafted. The minister further said that it has been submitted to the Ministry of Finance for its endorsement prior to its presentation to the Cabinet. The NAPIT is intended to be incorporated into Sri Lanka's National Policy Framework 2023 to 2048. He emphasized that currently only 0.4% of the total land area is allocated for industrial purposes, and the government's aim to raise this to at least 1% swiftly. He also noted the inauguration of 3 new industrial zones in Millenia, Alpitia and Pottapitiya. The minister said there are plans to establish industrial zones in Alutapola, Dambulla, Sandamalgama, Suryawewa, Mahava and Vellavaya in the near future. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The CEB and LECO are set to allow rooftop solar customers to make a one-time migration between Net Plus, Net Metering and Net Accounting schemes effective from next week. Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara took to X, which was formerly known as Twitter, to make the announcement yesterday. Under this new policy, customers will have the flexibility to choose the scheme that best suits their energy needs and preferences. The minister said the migration will occur at the same rate as initially agreed in the power purchasing agreement, ensuring a seamless transition without financial penalties. He also noted that the CEB and LECO are set to introduce rooftop financing schemes for new rooftop developments slated to commence in December. Industry analysts pointed out that the move will likely empower electricity users to have greater control over their solar power usage whilst reaping a good return on investment. They also said the financing scheme will make it more accessible to a wider user base. They added that the financing options will play a key role in driving the adoption of solar technology, contributing to a greener and sustainable energy future in Sri Lanka. The initiative also aligns with the government's commitment to promote renewable energy solutions and reduce dependency on conventional power sources by 2030. Managing Director for Operations of the World Bank, Anna Bjerde, and Regional Vice President Martin Reiser conducted a field visit to the World Bank-funded Climate Smart Farmer Training School in Tirupani. The duo visited the farmer training school to assess the progress of the Climate Smart Irrigated Agriculture project on the 29th of this month. The CSIAP established the farmer training school known as Deshaguna Suhuru Govi Puhunu Pasala in Manakkulama village, Tirupani, situated in the Anuradhapura district. This farmer training school will play a pivotal role in training and equipping farmers with hands-on experience in climate-smart agriculture practices and cutting-edge agricultural technologies. This visit by the delegation of the World Bank, Asia Development Bank, JICA and USAID underscores the aim to improve the agriculture and enhance climate resilience in the dry zone. Following her visit to the Climate Smart Farmer Training School in Tirupani, Anna Bjerde and the delegation of officials visited the Ambul Banana Cluster in Rajangane. This project supports farmers to produce high-value agricultural products in order to improve the farmer household income and the export earnings of the country.
I am so pleased that the World Bank is able to support this project, and I hope we can support other projects like this. This is the very first school of its kind in Sri Lanka, but also in the South Asian region, and I hope we can replicate this project elsewhere. Thank you.
Accredited master coach and corporate trainer Deepal Suryarachchi said that it is crucial for Sri Lankans to put a local twist on the knowledge derived from the West in order to suit the conditions here. Deepal Suryarachchi, while addressing the Art of Leadership lecture hosted by CA Sri Lanka at their auditorium in Colombo recently.
I believe in this concept. Potatoes were introduced to Sri Lanka by Dutch people. In Dutch language, it's called aardappel. Although they introduced potatoes, we Sri Lankans don't eat smashed potatoes. Once in a way we go to a hotel, we'll smash potatoes. We don't make smashed potatoes. We make alakiri hodde. So my approach to all these modern management lessons is I believe in this alakiri hodde model. What does that mean? You take all from the West, the latest. They have done the research now. Then I will make a alakiri hodde which will suit to Sri Lankan audiences, linking a lot of the things that we have. You know, we have forgotten so much that we have. We are offering the CS Sri Lanka and RBL USA a leadership code, leadership academy. We are talking about 6 days of classroom learning, not consecutive 6 days, but 6 different days spread on maybe 2 to 2.5 months, maybe 3 months the most. And while doing the program, it is compulsory that the participants take over business project in their own organization. And that should generate more money to the organization than the cost of the program. So you are not going to be a cost to the company, it will be an investment.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today.
The all share price index dropped 40.66 points to close at 10,647.33 and the S&P SL20 dropped 21.09 points to close at 2,994.35. The turnover was 0.7 billion rupees and over 30 million shares were traded.
Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.